again. But this just feels like a Viego angle for me here for Damwon Kia. You just have so much pick potential. You want to have that extra damage, and getting those resets can be massive against a composition like this.
Hard to play into the Poppy, just with the value of Steadfast Presence. You really do deny a lot of what Viego does, so... Damwon fans feeling the desperation. Definitely now, Damwon are handshaking in joys. As you can see, they picked Renata.
Yeah, and early Drake attempt here from Canyon with a little bit of prio mid, a little bit of prio bottom side here. Fairly risky play, but doesn't look like without Fate having the control of this wave that he's going to be able to come over here and contest. And the Silver wave clear just good enough here, as Damwon Kia will actually take this Drake. We've seen a few teams not knowing exactly how many members are there. They do have arguably the best two ultimates in the game for fighting over Rift Herald in the Ornhorn and the Emperor's Divide.
Yeah.
So I think they should definitely show up for this. The problem is, won't know necessarily where Duck Duck.
Whoa, they get a flash very early on here, actually. Keen, not even starting the fight, won't have that ability to blow the Ornhorn and then flash forward that we've seen. I think it was Kingen that was the first one to do it, as it's going to come out now. Keen's going to throw it back towards Canyon, who avoids it with the Heartbreaker, and LM not going to be able to chase after him. Noguri was just lying in wait. And now, Kwangdong Freaks, utilizing the fact that there is no ulti for Canyon.
It needs to be respected.
But Canyon is just not here. Noguri's going to come down, gets the bad news that the Rift Herald is being taken. And regardless of whether or not it has more health, it doesn't seem to matter. Kwangdong Freaks will take that one away. So, 2 Heralds for nothing. As Fate comes on over, clears up this minion wave. Damwon Kia, I think they just have their eyes on Mountain Drake #1. That's going to be coming up in 13 seconds. However, Shirley going to be taken from the pit, placed in the mid lane, and Kwangdong Freaks can use that to get a lot of control.
The problem is that, yeah, like you said, the Rift Herald actually gives you the prio for this.
And we still have a lot of cooldowns left available. The Drake once again going to be started up here. Canyon, do you have your finger on the smite button, my friend, is the real question here. As Teddy trying to have that Zeri moment. And there is the Ornhorn. They do manage to lock it down onto Kellen, but in goes Showmaker into the backline. Also, the ulti from Kellen was fantastic as the Poppy is torn apart. Noguri frontlining beautifully as Canyon, he's just going to settle on this Drake, and they will be able to take it down. Really nice team fighting here for Damwon Kia.
And Damwon Kia looks like they're just going to barely slip through the cracks here. We'll be able to look for a straight-up 5v5.
Yeah. Kwangdong just spending a little bit too much time in the mid lane, which they do very much like to do. This minion wave going to the nether as well as now Teddy. Going to take a lot of damage here from Doctum. I like the zoom work. Certainly made it very dramatic there, thanks to Jonah Strong, as Showmaker finds a little bit of CC there onto Keen, but he's not exactly the priority target. Noguri trying to get out of there. Ornhorn is going to come through. Doesn't land the first time, but will connect the second time. As Showmaker comes on forward, Ellen not able to find the stun with the heroic charges. Noguri's doing so much tanking. The rest of Damwon trying to run down here, and look at the AoE that's already been done. Doctum trying to set up, but the Sand Soldiers are fantastic, and Showmaker is not getting the value that he really wants. Hostile takeover is pretty huge as Teddy locks down a kill, but there is the kill on the Ornn. And Fate has to get himself out of there. Yeah, Kwangdong Freaks once again.
Comes over doing Ricochet. It's too much.
Oh dear. Ellen possibly in trouble. Charm is going to go wide though, as this Drake down very, very low. Damwon Kia, I mean, they're the ones that do have a lot of control in this situation. They have the sole point. They can give up one. They're not forced to fight for this, as Noguri's going to get out of there. Ellen secures the dragon, and now Damwon Kia are thinking about a team fight. Doctum is extremely low though, as Glacial Prism will connect onto the Poppy. Heroic Charge stuns up the Sejuani, and she will go down. Doctum out of the fight right now as Teddy picks up the kill onto the Piggy. As here's the Ornhorn. Keen is going to say no to that one. Nice double knock-up. Keen's just trying to do this one by himself. Hostile takeover though, and the Ornn is just massive. That was very intimidating, even for us watching. As Doctum's just going to take the fight against Teddy. Glacial Prism will connect onto Ellen. Great handshake is going to come through as well. Doctum free hitting, and the Poppy is going to go down. Keeper's Verdict still available after all is said and done, as Damwon Kia are moving towards this Mountain Soul, and Kwangdong Freaks going to have to try and fight it out 4v5 without Zeri ult.
Keen's ult just came back up. Zeri ult almost up here. They can just buy a little bit of time. That's what these Drakes are looking to do.
Showmaker on another flank here, coming from the north. as Keen does have the ability to lock off that choke point if he would like to, and they do have a lot of control vision. But now the Ornhorn's going to come through. Canyon, are you going to be able to find the smite this time is the question. The answer is yes, as Teddy has to skate over the wall, and now Keen is left to the Wolves, or to Damwon, whichever ones you want to call them. As Teddy, yeah, he can free hit somewhat, but it's still another kill going over to Dam, and Damwon Kia have just become so much more tanky. Canyon looks for his way out, but he can just Heartbreaker try and get out of this one, as Teddy's still being frustrating. Dam's going to turn on him though. Man, if that was a few more crits, things could have been much worse. As Nogri gets into that front line, and Teddy is going to be taken down. Now it's Canyon's turn to be a Fed Zeri, but he might need to rethink it because he's down extraordinarily low. Ellen's going to turn back up into the fight, but it is too little and it is too late. And Damwon Kia, and Damwon now just still wanting to get over here. There's the Ornhorn once again, and they're looking for the Sejuani. Not sure whether I agree with that. Keeper's Verdict is going to connect onto him as well. Hostile takeover lands only onto Keen, and he's able to tank it up pretty happily. Nogri as well, though. I mean, look at him. He's so tanky. Yeah. He walks back. He hasn't even lost any health, and they just take down this outer turret.
And that's just enough time here for Damwon Kia to walk away, get prio on this Elder Drake, and no Keeper's Verdict, no Call of the Forge God here, no ability to set up for this team fight. So Teddy's got a lot of damage, but there's no setup for him. How can he actually deal the damage? Well, there's no front line.
Canyon's looking for a flank here, potentially. Kane's still at half health. Nogri just Arctic Assaulting in the backline, trying to get that steadfast presence from Ellum, but Ellum's going to hold on to it. Wants to use it to try and protect Teddy from someone who's deadly. The Sejuani, not exactly as deadly. As now, we're still looking for a fight. Another Glacial Prison comes out. Keen's going to get taken down this time, you have to feel, and he will go. Dam collects it, and now they're on the Kwangdong Freak side of the map, and they're just going to push forward. They're going to run out of minions as Showmaker's looking for a charm. There's the flash, but it doesn't connect. Heroic Charge comes down, but Ellum, the damage from this Sivir is massive. His Fate, I think, ults for the first time this game and doesn't get enough from it as Dam's going to chase them down. And I think Damwon may have just done it. The charm connects, and it's a triple for the Sivir. Mohan, the last man standing, and this will be a Damwon Kia victory. Very low aggression, very high K-Ram, but it's still a Damwon win.
At that point, his super minions are already stacking up in top and mid, but if you just force a fight onto those turrets, there's a chance for Kwangdong.
Oh, the charm's going to connect onto Fate. Orbit Deception does a fair bit of work here as the knockup lands only onto Showmaker, but he is so safe in his positioning. Does still have to use the Spirit Rush, has Cleanse and Heal available as well. As Nogri here in this mid lane just ushering in these minion waves. Dam tears apart each wave that heads towards him. And Damwon, I think this war of attrition is about to be won, although they don't have a Baron buff anymore, but now they have free time on this inhibitor turret, and Teddy's back towards his base.
Yeah, the super minion's starting to get into these Nexus turrets, and that's when the final inhibitor will go down. Damwon Kia, there's no objective to take on the map here. We're at 2 minutes to Elder, 2.5 minutes to Baron, so probably just need to back out.
Well, Extendo Beam comes forward. Teddy's just looking for this one, does throw out the ulti. As Nogri, I mean, he doesn't take a lot of damage here, guys. He also has Arctic Assault, so he'll be fine. Just getting a bit frisky towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and this is a Damwon Kia that have so much engaged potential. Look at Ellum's angle here. Not great.
We're dashing in once again onto Keen, who's taking so much damage. These ricochets really doing work, as that is another kill onto Keen. Bellow's Breath going to be used by Canyon, as he does manage to take him over. And now Teddy relegated to underneath his Nexus turrets as Damwon Kia bear down. They will be able to win game one. It's on red side as well, and it must feel fantastic. The 3-loss streak could be over. They're able to win another one in this series, as well as getting away from that 6th place. They're going to try and farm some kills here, as Teddy as well is just trying to show that he wanted to do things this game, Wolf, but he was just denied, and Damwon Kia will win game one.
But it backfires so hard, and that's the moment Damwon Kia sees control of the rest of the game. You could see it in the gold graph as well, these fights at the end.
The flat line for 33 minutes until Damwon Kia win the Infinity Edge fight is, I guess, what we can call it. So fast. Doesn't really matter as much. They banned the Jarvan for a very similar reason, but Hextech Ultimatum, you can't even flash out of that one.
Hextech Ultimatum into Charms kicks the setup with Renata as well, where she can just ult, and then you can isolate a single target within a choke point. Does feel very nice.
Damwon fans definitely coming out in force today as Kwangdong Freaks look to hold on to this series.
Very much comfort in this second game more than the first. Fate's on LeBlanc, right? Keen's put on the Gragas here. You know, he's on blue side. He's going to say, yeah, you can have the counter pick, but there isn't a super strong counter pick for the Gragas. Snuggery considered the Aatrox is okay.
Whoa, okay. Keen is here. Kellen's going to flash immediately. And Damwon Kia lose out on a lot of priority towards this bottom side as Nuggery gets a whole free wave. So, not sure whether entirely worth. Dokdom does get a ward in here, but we'll have to see whether he actually does manage to pick up the information as LM is going to present himself. And now, Dokdom with Cleanse and with Flash, can he survive? The answer is absolutely not. And LM is going to prove the theory. Maybe their brains are just massive, Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really difficult dive to stop, and Canyon didn't see it coming, doesn't come over here for the assist to try to defend here, and even with single target damage so high here, as Showmaker will grab the clone.
Does have some whirling axes, and the base damage of that should mean that as you're throwing them around in this lane, you're going to be feeling all right, but they're going to go in onto Hoyt. Dokdom looks for a few more autos. Teddy's at full health, though, as these ricochets are looking very scary. And now Canyon's going to move on in, safeguard in range. Kwangdong Freaks just back away, and you can see it's 11 CS the advantage for Teddy.
It's not really an ult advantage, just Hoyt is playing Karma, and Kellen is hoping he gets the handshake into the ult there, and Dokdom has so much burst damage and his ultimate that could kill him. Well,
there's the Mantra Distortion, as now Canyon looking for Fate here, connects the Q. But he does have the passive, so he should be all right. Orb Deception's fantastic. Oh my god, the kick! Just extraordinary from Canyon, but now he has to try and get away from the Karma, which he will do so very, very comfortably.
Beautifully played.
Okay.
If you can't kick the LeBlanc, just kick the Trundle into both of them.
He said, he already says he got him before he even does. Then kick the Trundle into him. Bam, that's a secured kill right there.
That's a smite for the kill. Love it. So Shelly not going to be able to take more than the minimum as far as those two plates are concerned. Canyon really wanted to get hit by that one as hostile takeover comes through. Q lands onto LM. He is likely going to die as he burns down to the Ignite. Whirling Death, unable to actually lock down the kill as this Infernal Drake up in 4 seconds time. Fate getting over there, but does get hit by the Charm. Orb Deception coming down here is now Kellen without his flash available from earlier. He's going to hostile takeover though. And that will allow him to disengage. Now they won't have it for this Drake fight, as LM also doesn't have Subjugate. But as you mentioned, not exactly the highest value here as Noggery looking to move his way in. Teddy could just get ultimatumed as Keen throws the barrel, but it only hits Canyon and Kellen, and not really too much more happens. Great little handshake there as Showmaker doesn't find the charm. Dokdom with a fair bit of space to work with here as that's a beautiful kickback in the backline. Canyon going to help facilitate the cash in here for Dokdom as Showmaker is once again pushing forward. The flash charm will connect this time. The handshake lands as well. And Kwangdong Freaks have to go back to their base. Dokdom's not done yet, and Noggery just dives the turret. He'll flash himself away, and now I think Damwon will head back towards the Drake. No, they'll just let Canyon do it.
Canyon take it by himself. It'll take a long time, but they have so much control, it doesn't matter. Nuggery's just locking him down.
Oh, man, he's just dancing in amongst this one, really wanting to take more, but I don't know whether it's a great idea, and the Civil will pick it up. Cloud Soul is going to come through here.
With this LeBlanc so far, so it's just not working here compositionally.
Well, we've got another fight as Canyon is going to find Keen, and he's already used his cast, guys. It's a very dead Gragas. Canyon locks that one down, and Canyon and Showmaker show he's back on, Wolf.
Yeah, no, I mean, this
I can't believe it's a new season. I've just waited so long for it, man.
It's a huge reboot here. And
yeah.
It couldn't have come at a better time, right at the end of the season.
Reminds me of Stargate. Anyway, Kwangdong Freaks looking for a dive onto Noggery. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to try and get himself out of this one, but he's just going to die. This is the classic Noggery situation where he is alone in a side lane and he's having to deal with Noggery in a very long lane as Tactical Sweep's going to slow him down. There's the flash out as Keen has to give a lot of respect over here, but now he won't have that flash available. Noggery is not going to waste any time, puts down that control ward. But meanwhile, there is another fight here towards the bottom side. Canyon, realizing that that is not the real LeBlanc, is not going to go for it, as didn't even have kick available, as he now safeguards to get himself out of this one now. Showmaker not in position. Hostile takeover, a little hasty there from Kellen.
Keen will escape. Meanwhile, of course, on the top side of the map, Damwon Kia looking for this turret here with the group up, but will be denied. Kwangdong Freaks going to start this one up first. Damwon Kia, I think, absolutely will contest.
Yep, they're looking to try and rotate down. Showmaker with that Void Staff now completed. Like you were talking about, he's going to teleport in. They're on the flank angle, and this Drake is taking a long time to go down. Charm connects onto the Gragas as Canyon dives into the back of the pit, and now the fight is on. It's a surround here from Dalmonkia, but the Whirling Death doesn't really find too much value in Noguri. Immediately is going to go down. The cask is good, gets the flash out of Dr. but they're not able to actually kill him. Fate diving forward, doesn't get the chain onto this Draven. And now, Quantum Freaks were also able to steal away the Dragon of all things. Didn't even really notice that one happening as Canyon gonna have that kick denied. Oh my goodness, he lasts a very long time. He's gonna get bailed out as well as Keen goes down, but Teddy is still alive. He's the main one here as now Kellen gonna take a lot of damage from Fate, but Showmaker's now looking for it. The charm goes wide. He's still got a Q available. Presses the W for the movement speed, but doesn't quite get there. And so in like any other time honestly, this season, yeah. Right? I was like thinking, I'm like, since last year, you know, like Keen gonna have to flash to get out of the way of Showmaker, who did invest the ult, and there's the cast to throw him back. He's underneath the turret now, which is not exactly what he wants, but Everfrost is going to be put down. And he's coming over. Yeah, he's rotating. He's got on the hunt. Noguri is extraordinarily low, and he will just get ricocheted to death, and now Showmaker, this is not the alcove gaming that he wanted, and Teddy's going to pick up an extra one. Just a huge whoopsie.
Yeah, suddenly a huge whoopsie turns into a big spike for Teddy. He's going to pick up so much money here. Now has 4 kills under his belt and significantly behind in items here, and is not going to be able to compete. As this is Keen. Nuguri's so low. Cask is perfectly played. Body slams him under turret.
Man,
and he's just calling out no flash. Better. Yeah, calling out no flash. And he knows he's rotating down.
And also had the sweeper there available so that Teddy knew exactly what Noguri was trying to do. Beautifully done.
See if he says anything else. Nope.
As these barrels, very useful, doing all that zoning, as now Dr. is by himself. He does have a turret and a flash and has to use the flash to get under said turret. And now Dalmonkia on this Drake now. Canyon caught on the flank, but the Mimic Chain is going to connect. There's the kickback. He has to use it very defensively as Canyon doesn't have smite, so he can't lock down this Drake. As Damwon are trying to start the fight on the opposite side of this one. They do manage to lock down the Lee Sin, but the Gragas is also taken on the other side. Hostile takeover 100% avoided here by Quandong Freaks as Noguri's going to secure the Dragon. So at least Dalmonkia gets Soul Point. It was an unorthodox way of doing it. However, they do manage to get there in the end.
I think that might have been the most Kwangdong Freaks thing I've ever seen, is just chasing down and flashing over the wall to chase one of the most mobile junglers in the game we call League of Legends.
Meanwhile, there is another fight. Dr. is going to be put on a leash. He's looking for the bailout opportunity. That's why I was chasing after Hoyt, but he's just going to die. That is a 6th kill going over to the Sivir. And Dalmonkia are very quickly losing control of this game.
Yeah, this is looking rough.
Yeah, Q gonna connect there from Canyon, but immediately Fate just pops himself back.
No flash, but of course he's Lee Sin.
Yeah, Fate now, oh man, he is in such a good position at this point in the game. As Canyon's just gonna get thrown back. This is the jungler, by the way, guys, and he is gonna be taken out. This Baron should all but be Kwandong Freaks. This is a very weird decision to make, and they lose a Nexus turret. Handshake does come through. Noguri looking for Fate, and he will go golden. Keen diving on forward. The cast is going to connect as Noguri looks to lock him down, and he does manage to do so. Canyon now diving forward. Can they get any of these kills? They need to kill Teddy. He's still very, very high health. However, he can't actually free hit in this battle, and Dalmonkia have taken way more from Kwandong Freaks this time around.
Keen here. Wow. Looking for flanks. There is one coming through.
Yep, Noguri. Can he actually get into a position to threaten any of the carries? Is this inhibitor down relatively low? Mantrid Inspire is going to come in here as Noguri,
if they turn
still
on
working.
If they kill him.
Well, Dr. may just die first. Good handshake is going to come through though. I mean, you could just go over there, Quantum Freaks, if you want.
Yeah, and the bottom wave isn't as threatening, but they want to set up a pick.
Yeah, well, Noguri is going to have to try and hookshot his way out. Fate gets himself stunned. It was a bit of an unfortunate situation there as the stand aside is kind of decent. Noguri's going to go down extraordinarily low as he gets bailed out. Looks to dive back in. Oh no, the communication not quite there for Dalmonkia. And now they're going to back themselves up because they don't have their Camille. It was almost beautiful, but in the end it did not work as Dr. is going to get pillared, a Draven's worst nightmare. And he is going to have to be forced to flash out.
No ults here for Dalmonkia. Defensively kicks down.
As that Nexus turret is also on its last legs. Showmaker can move on over. Kwandong Freaks use this as their opportunity to break the last bastion of hope. As Canyon diving on forward, manages to get the drive-by onto Teddy. He's down to his GA. They're trying to get him, but the rest of his team are hanging around. Teddy will be taken out. Damwon Kia, are they going to win this fight? Oh my god, they have one Nexus turret, Wolf! One Nexus turret in a dream!
One-fourth the Nexus turret, really, Atlas, and that's going to be the wave deleted here. Now, Damwon Kia have a lot they're going to have to push through before they can end this game. There's a ping. There's 2 pings towards the base. The Freaks were so timid about pushing to end here because one mistake and one insane play from Canyon. Watching it as first-person view just makes it even crazier. His camera's not even centered.
Because he needed Hoyt's participation, but he's going to go for it once again. Teddy going to get kicked into the wall. This time the spell shield does come through. Takes a bit of damage there, but the hostile takeover will mean the end of Keen. And Doctarm locks down that kill first. Fate dashing forward. Damwon Kia now just feeling real good with this Cloud Soul that they have available. And okay, Fate not going to get hit by the charm. Teddy's still alive, so right now. Yeah, the thing that's really, really scary though is that Damwon have Camille, Ahri, and a Draven.
Yeah, they
right?
can side lane.
It's triple threat. As Canyon gonna dive forward. Teddy is caught out once again. There's the 1,000 gold one more time to Noguri, and I don't believe it, Wolf. Damwon Kia are going to come back from that massive deficit. They just team fight their way out of the hole. It was by no means clean. However, a 2-0 is a 2-0 at the end of the day.
You mentioned the threats, the triple threats. Well, they all collapse and triangulate onto Teddy. He is deleted a second time. 2 kills on Teddy. All Damwon Kia need to end this game.
Oh my goodness. And sometimes you say that a team wins, and other times you say that a team loses. And I'm sorry, but I have a feeling that Kwangdong Freaks lost this game, Wolf.
I think
they
so
refused to win it, as Damwon Kia will destroy the Nexus. This is going to be a very interesting interview after this one.
Yeah, this will be an interesting interview, and I think my favorite thing about this, if you're looking at it from the positive light for Damwon Kia, is the players seem to have made a big return to form, especially in the early mid, especially in jungle mid. That 2v2, we saw a lot of power with Canyon and Showmaker. And
thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview, joined by Canyon Showmaker from Damwon Kia. A very precious win to end the losing streak. How do you feel, Canyon? We made a lot of mistakes, but still, I'm so happy with the 2-0 win. And Showmaker, welcome back to Low Park. How are you feeling? Well, I'm feeling okay, good enough to play on stage. How does it feel to be back at Low Park to play in front of the live audience? Did you get a lot more support from the fans? Yeah, it really feels like I'm playing, you know, the matches, which made me concentrate even more. I have a question about the Ahri today, because regardless of the opponent's mid lane pick, you just went for the Ahri pick, and it was having a great synergy with the Renata as well. So what were your thoughts on Ahri after playing game number 1? Could you break down the draft strategy around that mid pick? Well, we thought Ahri is a very high value pick in the draft, and as long as she can get through lanes, you know, she'll do great. And I was actually able to do win lane in addition to that, so we were able to have a great game. But with the potion nerf, we thought it's gonna be a lot harder to play into Azir on that Ahri. Yeah, definitely that nerf does hit the laning phase a lot, but I think you really have to connect that, lend your charm a lot, and also taking the tanky rune also matters a lot. So I think the fight around the trick was really critical. Well, Damwon Kia was actually sitting on the bottom in terms of the first Drake percentage, but today you guys are really quick grouping up around Drake. So did the 12.14 patch change your gameplay? Well, Dragons have become a lot more stronger and also giving a lot more buff. And also, we wanted to stack up the Drakes from the get-go. And Canyon, you played Lee Sin. It was only the second time this split. So I was looking at the enemy's comp, and I thought Lee would be a good pick into them, and also he has great synergy with Ahri as well. And Damwon Kia decided to let open the Sivir one more time. I mean, Sivir is not an easy pick to play against, but we wanted to focus on team fights, and we thought we could still compensate with our team fight abilities. And Kenyon, today you took the blue smite, not the red one. Is that because of the nerf? Yeah, the red smite got nerfed so bad, and also even while playing solo queue, I could tell that this is really bad right now. But I do want to take a look into the opponent's comp before, deciding my smite. So in that game, I think red smite can also... It's not about, fighting, I didn't want to take many fights with the red smite, so I wanted to go with the blue one. And we had a perfect play together with the blue smite, so let's take a look at the replay over here. Could you break down this play for all of us? So I really didn't want to give that top inhibitor away, so I told my teammates that I'm gonna go in for fights, and the moment I landed my Q, I just wanted to go all in for the play. Showmaker, what was your reaction to that play? I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm just gonna land my charm, whatever he's gonna kick. Well, game number 2, looking at the KDF comp, they had a very high value in terms of the late game scaling, and then Damwon Kia in the late game was able to get a lot of picks onto the carry on the side of Kwangdong Freaks Sivir. Who made the calls? Well, we did have many tools to actually jump onto the Sivir, Camille, Ari, and Lee Sin. So we are having a lot of communication within those 3 players to, dive onto that Sivir. And we were able to hear that in the player comps, you guys are giving a lot of feedback towards the bottom duo. I mean, we asked, are you guys gonna get turret dove? And they were like, no. And then 10 seconds later, they just died. So I was like, just let us know if you need cover, and we'll be there. Now, Damwon Kia secures 5th place with this win, and your next opponent will be T1, your last match of the regular split. We have not defeated T1 many times, so I hope we can do our best in the upcoming match in order to get a win. So the next match will be the last one before the playoffs, so I hope we can come back with the best performance possible. And Showmaker, we wish for your speedy recovery, and this will be the end of the interview from Showmaker Kenya from Damwon Kia, and back to the carpet space. Thank you.